So we are going to mark a time, an era is about to pass. An era is about to pass. Because when you look at what is going on in the world politics, you find out that the America is pushing on Russia. America is also trying to push on China. These two countries are world powers. Um, Russia on February 2022 went to China and had a partnership and had an agreement which we call no limit partnership. After that very meeting, Russia went back and invaded Ukraine, and this war continues. The NATO and America are now pushing in weapons to help Ukraine win this war. What is going on? Why is this war? The reason for this war is because NATO is pushing to go close to Russia, and Russia is not happy about it. The various past presidents, as I told you earlier, continued to tell NATO and America to stop coming close to Russia, because it makes Russia uncomfortable. It makes Russia not to sleep. So, but these past presidents of Russia did not get any result. So, but Putin now took action and invaded Ukraine, because Ukraine was about joining NATO. Ukraine was making plans to join the European Union, and that wouldn't be a good thing for Russia. So Russia now invaded Ukraine. So this is marking an era, because I've seen it that there is going to be a shift in the world order after this very war. Russia is planning to use the nuclear weapon to nuke US. Russia and China and South Africa have been on joint training. So Russia has also gotten so many countries in Africa, so many countries. The Sudan is one of the countries that Russia has gotten as an ally, because Russia is now planning to build their military base in Sudan and also in Algeria. So these two places are very, very, very vantage points for Russia to stay to fight this war. And a time is coming when US will regret getting involved into this war, because US has warned China not to ever send weapons to Russia. But that is not going to be possible, because already Russia has been planning to send about 100 drones. 100 drones to Russia. And not only that they are sending 100 drones to Russia, they are sending the technical know-how, the components and the technical know-how, so that Russia will be able to produce more than 100 drones in a month. And not only that, Russia is also receiving drones from Iran. So what are you telling me? Russia has the backing of China, has the backing of Iran, has the backing of North Korea. North Korea has been sending weapons to Russia to aid them in this fight. So what are you telling me? US has been depending on China to help them convince Putin to stop this war. But is that going to be true? No, because Russia and China had this plan. They planned this earlier. So there's no way you tell me that China will now go to Russia to start to beg them to stop the war. Instead, they are going to support them, of which they have started making plans to do that. When Yi, the top China diplomat, told the US that, remember, the European Union and the US have been supporting Ukraine, giving them weapons. So there is no way you will tell me that Russia will not receive support from China, you know. So, but when you look at the whole thing, the best option for this is to stop this war, because this war does not worth it. And I believe that is why the NATO Secretary General, Stoltenberg, Jim, was pushing to quit. He wants to drop at the fall of 2023. Because I believe why he wants to drop is because it is better than for Russia to win the war than to resolve all these things into World War III, because a lot of lives will be lost. The guy said he's resigning. He made the first indication in 2022. Now he has started making another plea that he wants to resign. So what's going on? America is planning a super state where everybody will be a global citizen, and this is coming in 2030. To get that, and this super state, the implication is that every human being will be monitored. There's going to be peace. Every human being will be monitored through the American computer. You'll be implanted a chip, and this chip would help America to monitor what you do. Without this chip, you cannot have access to your bank account. You cannot buy, you cannot sell. And Putin is the only person who is stopping them from all this. Remember, Putin has also stopped them from exporting their gay, lesbian, whatever to Russia and to other countries. So Putin has been a threat, has been somebody that is hampering the efforts of America to actualize their dreams. So what they want to do now is to destabilize his government and make his government ungovernable, and then make him get out of power. So why all this? Why all this? There is a problem. There is a problem. When you look at this, you see that America, from what Tony Blair told us, America is not telling the American citizens the truth. They keep on telling us that they are winning the war. But in actuality, Russia is very, very strong. They are hitting and trying to make sure that they get the entire Ukraine. Because at a time, Zelensky may run away or move to exile. Because when this war intensifies, I'm telling you, so many people will run away from Ukraine, and Russia will take the whole Ukraine and make it part of China or part of Russia. Have you seen what's going on? China is going to support Russia to any length in this war, and this will anger US, because US have been planning to sanction China if ever they support Russia, and they are also warning China that if ever any a weapon made in China lands in any NATO member country, that they are going to visit China with fury. And what does that mean? You are going to visit China with fury. They are going to give them sanctions. And moreover, the European countries, some of the European countries that are dependent on China for gadgets, and other ammunitions, are already crying that if ever China is sanctioned, they are going to have economic problem. So that is why about 5 countries in Europe are still patronizing Russia as it stands now. China has the rare earths. The rare earth is just a natural resources that is used to produce gadgets and ammunitions. And China has 63% of this very rare earth. rare earth that is produced in the whole world, China has 63% of it, and they process 85% of it. So that is why China produces ammunition more faster than every other country. So China is very ready to support Russia in this very war, and at the end of the day, Russia is going to win this war. But why the war, by the way? Why the war?